my Jesus, I shall see. Well, good evening here on another Tuesday. So glad you could make it, and hope you're here anyway. Let me turn my mic up just a little bit there. Won't have to talk quite as loud or hard. Well, I got the old fun fender off the wall. This is a fun little guitar to play. Any guitar players that know what a neck radius is, and most do, it's the cut of the neck, or the neck, the way the top of the fretboard is. And the Telecaster and the Stratocaster, some Telecasters have this cut, and but this is what they call a 12-inch radius instead of a 8.5. I think an 8.5 or 9 is what they normal on a Strat or something. But it's a real flat neck, flat fretboard band. But people use a B bender. You can bend a string all the way to Georgia and back. Great little guitar. Looking for a city. Oh, I like to play this old song here. Where did I? There it is. It's one of my favorite old songs to play. I thought about that for months and weeks, I guess, and the song kept coming to my mind. And I went in the studio one night about 12 or 1 o'clock and just put a little drum track down and a few things here and there. And it was a long way to the floor there. And just added a couple more instruments to it in the middle of the night and come up with that piece of a track. And I played it many times for sure. It's a great song. Good old Lipton. It's that southern style sweet tea, and it's made with Splenda, and so it's sugar free. Lord, I need sugar free. Lord, it's well. I see. I just turned on the page. It came right to it. Let's see. See who's watching here. I should get my glasses, I guess. Ray Snyder says, "Evening, Charlie. Great to see you tonight. Well, it's good to hear from you. I can't see you, but I hope you're doing good, Ray. Always good. Appreciate you coming by, man. Appreciate you being a faithful follower." Paul Duncan, Jim Lowe. I was looking through I was deleting some pictures a while ago, Jim, and I run across a picture of you sitting in my daddy's house. You and I would have to look at the lady's name that sang with him. Her husband, I think, at one time used to play piano, and but you were sitting there in a white T-shirt, undershirt, just kind of chilled out. There's a kitchen full of people there, and Lord, I don't know when that was. It had to be Lord mercy, in the late 70s, probably late 70s or maybe early 80s, probably late 70s. But I didn't delete that picture. Oh. Yeah. Hey, Keith Barkley, how you doing, bud? It's still cool up in Kentucky. It's been a little chilly here in Georgia today. I'm in Alabama. You can tell I lived in Georgia all my life, and since I moved to Alabama. Well, I don't know how this is going to work. Let me see where I go in the camera. I go right here. You know, I don't know how this eye looks, but it's still very crooked, and I hope it's not showing up in the camera. But I've still got double vision, and I set this piano up, and I saw right away that this would be a challenge, because some of these people, good piano players like Keith Barkley and people like that, just turn their head, sing away, and just play away. Well, I got to see what I'm playing. Some people play by ear. I play by ear and sight. I like to see, and anyway.
Hey,
Yeah.
you're out of the camera.
What, Linda?
You're
I can't hear you, baby.
You're, you're out of the camera.
Oh, I know that. Don't worry about me being out of the camera. I'm right there in the edge, and I will even be further out in just a minute when I do that right there. Now that's in the camera. They, I'm gonna give this a try and see if it works out. And if it don't, it'll be a big old conglomerated mess. Oh, you just don't know how hard that is to do. I can't. This diabetic nerve ordeal, I've got about a month, I think, to go. The eye doctor told me, he said if it clears up in a week, it will clear up. And said if it don't, there's not no 2 weeks or 3 weeks or 4 weeks or 5 weeks. He said it's 1 week that it could heal. If it doesn't, it's 3 months. And so it happened on the Saturday was the 20th of January, because that's when I bought Linda that MKZ car. And then Sunday would have been the 21st, Monday the 22nd. It happened late Monday evening and into 22nd. So coming up around the 22nd of next month, should be another month, and but it's really been frustrating. I'm telling you. I had at one time, probably 10 years ago, I had what they call a cranium nerve stroke that caused this left eye to completely close. Couldn't open it, and it healed itself. It got better. It just all of a sudden the eye opened. But this, I was hoping and praying that this would be less than any 3 months, because it sure has been crazy, because I cannot see. If I look down, all these keys on this piano just run together, and this close vision. So I'm probably making a big mistake trying to play this thing, but. That's the first time I've had this piano plugged up this year. I just gave a piano like this to our church. I had two, and one of them's, both of them were collecting dust. I said, well, I'll get one out of the house. The guy that plays the piano at church, he is an educated musician, and a lot of you may know him. His name is Lanier Moats. Boy knows piano. He is a tremendous praise leader and piano player. And the piano that they got there at the church is a Roland. It's a pretty good piano, but they was looking for something else. I think they had a Yamaha like this before, and I said, well, look, I got extra. Let me get rid of it. So that was a good thing. And I didn't want to deal with Marketplace. I tell you, whew, that's a trip. But I've got one, but I bought this one in the middle of last year, and it's the same piano that I had that I used on the road for years and years. It's a P series. It's not very expensive. It's about a $700 or $800 piano. It's not a $2,000 keyboard, but it's mainly piano, stage piano. But the other one had 10 voices, I guess, 10 different sounds. This one has 20. It has like 4 grand pianos, 4 organs, everything. It's got 4 voices instead of 2, and a lot of other new features on it. But I bought it and I haven't even played it, and I'm so out of practice. But like I say, tonight I can't see the keys. But hopefully in the next few weeks or so, I'll play something for you. Let me get the old. I'm not gonna get another guitar off the wall. Yeah, I am. I take that back. I'm going to attempt to. I fussed, y'all heard me last week fussing about my Taylor. Well, I'm going to tell y'all what. I done a fix on this thing yesterday. I went in the closet over there, and I got out a case that had about 10 sets of strings in it. And there was some 80-20 bronze Alexas in there. 2 or 3 sets. And so I took those phosphor bronze. Makes a difference. I guess you get used to a certain kind of string, and well, I'll play one more. It's 828, and Linda went to our storage unit. We moved out of our house. We owned houses from the time we were married for 50 years, 51 years. So we'd be married 55 years in June 21st, coming up real quick. And we moved over here to semi-retire or scale back, and decided to move into this senior apartment and not have to cut grass and keep up a yard and lawn and taxes, insurance, and all the upkeep on a house. We own, like I say, houses. We bought our first house 6 months before we got married. But we found out one thing when we moved over here that we didn't have, and that was ample storage space. We have a double closet in the bedroom. There's a closet here in my office. There's one in the hall. And so she takes our winter clothes and stores them up, and our summer clothes. She got the summer clothes out, and she's been dealing with that all evening, and she's trying to figure out a way not to put them back in the storage unit. But they're in plastic boxes and everything, so they're safe and keep them away from the bugs and the moth and all that stuff. But she's been doing that all day. So, and I laid and took a nap. I went sound asleep about 5 o'clock, and I was watching the disaster in Baltimore. Pray for those families of those that were lost. From what the news says, there was a group of construction workers. They said they shut the bridge down But I was watching the video, and there were cars still going across that bridge 2 seconds or 3 seconds before the collapse, before the collision. And but said there were 6 construction workers. I guess he was doing some maintenance on the bridge or something that were lost. And pray for the families. Tragic. The Bible says in the last days it'd be perilous or dangerous times, and things like that. We know God didn't knock that bridge down. That was the work of the enemy, the devil himself. And he'll attack any way he can. And it's just, you say, well, it just happens. Things, things do happen, but that was a bad happening for sure. Let me think of what I could play through. Let me tune back up. I played this last week, I think. I didn't see my buddy Papa Joe Salter. I didn't look back to see if anybody else had come on, but just in case he's here, I'll play this for him. Do it all. Well, I said I was going to play one more, but I was thinking, and I shouldn't be doing that when I'm picking. I was thinking there's not hardly any noise on these strings. Called a buddy of mine yesterday about something, about a PA speaker and some other things. A lot of you know Mo Ostrander, Milton Ostrander, M.O., Big Mo. He's my buddy. He's a good dude. I don't know. He'll watch this program. I don't know if he's watching it. I don't see if he's watching or not. I don't know. But I called Mo yesterday about a speaker, and the phone conversation got kind of squirrely there for a minute. And the reason it did is because Ronnie Henson was involved with it. And so I went out talking to Ronnie more than I did Mo. But Ronnie was down and with Mo. Mo put his group Chosen that he had back in the 80s. It was Big Mo and Chosen, I remember well. I've known Mo before that, back in the Seagull days and around the Lesters, and also known Mo for a long, long, long time. He's getting old too. Sorry about that, Mo, if you're listening. But I wound up talking to Ronnie more than I did to him, and then Ronnie said, "I got to go. I'll be back in a minute." And so me and Mo discussed what we're talking about, the speaker and all this stuff, and then he came back. We talked more, and Ronnie was telling me some Wendy Bagwell stories about, from the old days. I said, "Yeah, I remember when that happened and such as that." But I was thinking, we was talking about age. I said, "Well, I'll be 77 this year," and Ronnie, I guess he minds telling because he told me. He is 77 now. He's a little bit older than I am. And so when he wrote this song, he must have been a young lad for a long time. But if he happens to be listening this time, I happen to hear it, I'm gonna play a song. He may have heard this before, but. If it wasn't for the lighthouse. I don't know if Ronnie's in the Hall of Fame or not, but he should be. That song especially. That is probably one of the. He was probably in his 20s when he wrote that in the 70s, and it was over 50 years ago. But that song should be in a Hall of Fame, or because it's probably one of the most sung and the most recognized songs that you hear. God inspired him. He might have looked down when he was writing and saw God in the palm of his hand. Who knows? Because that song sure came from above. If it wasn't for the lighthouse, it wasn't for the light. He said, I am the light of the world. And, if it wasn't for that light, I wouldn't be here today. Thank you, Ronnie, for writing such a great song. God bless all of you. I'm going to get out of here and fill my tea glass back up and find a snack. I had a early supper today. She fixed me a New York strip. And what you have with it? Two somethings I forgot now, but it was good anyway. God bless y'all. Thank y'all for watching tonight. And I'll throw this old thing up here that I put up here every now and then. It says, if you would like to support this ministry, go to our website and click on donate, and then click on pay. God bless you all, and hey, we'll maybe see you next week. We ain't doing nothing here for a few weeks, so enjoy picking for you guys. God bless you. See you now.